we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 19th-ranked team in the land, the Auburn Tigers. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Auburn will kick it off to get things started. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Makes the grab. Turning it on. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. Let's talk about Alabama. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Freeman. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
When you run your slant route and it's against man-to-man, one thing you know you're going to get is hit. When that wide receiver catches the football, slants don't open up wide open. Linebackers are going to be there, safeties are going to be there, so you got to be able to take that hit and hold on to that football.
Looking downfield on first down. Complete. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. From the gun, running back on the move. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. Leaves it with the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting damn close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. It's complete. Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25.
Awesome job there on 3rd down by the QB, working through his progressions. He wanted to go downfield, but the defense took everything away. So his eyes come down. He finds the drag route underneath, makes a good throw, and his guy does the rest to pick up the first.
To the air on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Freeman. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Back to pass on second down. Catch in the middle. It's Lindsey. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on first and goal, and they are not cooperating. He's looking to pass. He's got it and still on his feet. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama!
Man, it doesn't get any better than that. You script the first 10 plays, that was 10 plays. That was perfection. That was a touchdown. That's called good scouting, being ready for the football game, and executing to a T to start this game off.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. An 84-yard drive there, and they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. These two rivals first played in 1893, but there was nearly a half-century, guys, when they didn't play each other because they got in a fight over, among other things, gate receipts.
Yeah, listen, I've been lucky enough to broadcast this game before, and I'll never forget being at Bryant-Denny Stadium and just feeling the energy. It was just completely different versus anything I'd ever seen in college football before. David, there's a different meaning to this game for both of these schools in the state of Alabama.
Yeah, and it's just different because I think being in the state, like fans are around each other all year long. Players are around each other all year long. You know, the Iron Bowl is a civil war of hate between each other all year long, and they get to settle it on a big stage every year.
The Tigers are in the hurry-up. From the gun, the running back has it. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking downfield, it's Abbey. Unloads to the wideout. Complete in the middle. Knocked down immediately, but they couldn't stop him from getting the big gainer to the 30. The Tigers are flying down the field.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come over, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
Now they'll try the right side. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the tight end. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll try to run for it. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Let's go! They'll ride the hot hand. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Auburn. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
And he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box. Still, this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. They're working that left side. There he goes. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
One play in this drive and already out to the 41. It's first down. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Makes the catch. It's Freeman.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on second and short. Wants to go up top. Spits it out to the back. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. Taking it the other way.
What a big game-changing play. I love when you see defensive players, they jump on the ball like they were the offensive guys. So aggressive, going and getting that pick, creating some big mojo for your team.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They evened things up the last time they had it, and the defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. Looking for space. It's Hodges. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Auburn lines up quickly. Right back to the well. Able to score. Touchdown, Tigers.
And the running back gets his second rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Iowa stomped a mud hole en route to a double-digit win, and they did it outside of Iowa City. That speaks to the way this coach has galvanized this team and the direction this program is headed. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
They'll go up top on second and short. Caught close to the marker. It's Freeman. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They'll run it out of the shotgun.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, putting in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line. Alabama may always be built on the run, but these days they elevate with a high-flying pass game.
And great coaches evolve, and we've seen the evolution of this Alabama offense over the last several years, and it's not just run. It's not just eat the clock. It is be aggressive, attack, make big plays down the field.
Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Got his man on the outside. And he's wrestled out of bounds after a nice pickup. Alabama quickly back to the line. Trying to bully their way in. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play. And the D denied him on second and goal. Tries again to get it in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Extra point here will tie the game. And he added the extra point. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Dynamic on kick returns, and that one puts his offense in business. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Handoff from the gun. Oh, he's got some space. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
This guy's a game changer at the running back position, man. And don't you just feel like you have to be if you're going to be toting the rock at Auburn? Bo Jackson obviously won a Heisman Trophy. Cadillac Williams, Ronnie Brown on the same team at the same time. And then Tank Bigsby here in recent years, too. Physical runners, but they also had speed. They were the total package, and I think this guy fits right into that category.
The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. And the Tigers can really attack on this second and short. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Got to get everybody on the same page in a hurry. On third and short, they'll go to the power running game. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking for a man. It's Ebby. Quarterback moving. From the comfort of the pocket, he fires it to the right. Stop at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a first and goal.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
They'll use the running game on first and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Auburn!
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left, and we are going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Looking to throw on first down. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
Well, the ball hasn't hit the ground very often for this guy in this game, right? He's even still, after that incompletion, over 80% throwing, which is key. Because last game he was under 50% on his throws. He went back to work, worked on his fundamentals, and that's really showing up here.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Got it in the middle, it's Freeman.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone.
Breaks into the open. And he's brought down after a nice game. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. Wants to go up top on first down. Throws to the tight end. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Gets the back moving. And back to the air on second down. Throws to the wideout. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
Man, the defense is making it tough on this quarterback early. They already have an interception. They almost came away with another one there. They're doing a great job reading his eyes and breaking on the ball.
Oh, this crowd wants it. They want to roll Toomer's corner. But right now they want to stop on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Using his feet to buy time. The throw. Got it in the middle. It's Freeman. He gets it down to the 30-yard line, and time is running short here in the first half. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Wants to throw on first down. Working the middle, it's complete. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Looking to fire. It's complete to the right. Out of bounds he goes. They'll mark it at the 16.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. They'll send the back in motion. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. And they're not on the same page there.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this guy has been spot on.
Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on third down. So they are denied a touchdown on this drive, but they'll try to put up a 3 spot before the break. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. Hold on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see what's up with that. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. The returner will field it and bring it back. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority one. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Just about set to get this second half underway. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So here comes the Auburn offense. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. He's got it again. Got the first down and still on his feet. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The Tigers in the hurry-up.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
Running behind that left side. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking for a man. It's Ebby. Now adjusting. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense.
Man, what a nice run by the QB. Great job exploding, getting upfield, and then smartly getting out of bounds. And, man, how hard is it to stop an offense with a guy at the quarterback spot that's so dynamic?
And the Tigers line up, trying to move the sticks on third and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Sets up the screen. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. On 4th down, going to the air. Fires downfield. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while.
Man, that is a big-time drop right there. 4th down, opportunity to catch it, maybe get the 1st down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him and say, listen, dude, we're going to need you later on. I still believe it.
And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. From the gun, looking for a man. Steps away. He's going to run it. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. High the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
On 3rd down, he drops the throw. Dances away. Caught over the middle. It's Lindsey. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. Looking to throw on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Freeman. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Alabama pushing the tempo. They just keep firing. It's complete on the right side. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. And now they've moved into the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Buying some time. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to go up top. Got it! Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll try to get it in with the run. And this offense hoped to just run it in, and the defense was having none of it. No gain. Ball remains at the 2. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They take the lead with the 6.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in the game.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Looking for space. It's Hodges. Got enough for the 1st down. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. There's no need to panic or anything, but this would be a really opportune time to put something together and try to take control of this game.
And sometimes you just come out as the favorite, and you're a little bit flat, and you expect to win. And sometimes that leads to slow starts, but I think if they can get that passion, that adrenaline, they get a little fired up right here, I think they'll take care of business.
And they just got to make a play. They just got to get something positive to happen here, sort of wake them up, and then put another play back-to-back, and all of a sudden they get that momentum going. We know they've got the dudes. They've got the studs on both sides of the ball to win this football game. It just needs to start with one spark. Well, the receiver did everything right. He ran a good route. He got his head around. He just didn't finish the play. Just look it in.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Looking to throw, it's Ebby. Makes the grab on the left. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game.
Going to take a shot. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Bringing it back.
And we've called his name a lot, and that's interception number 6. That's 6. He just continues to find ways to find the football and make plays for this defense.
Here comes that Alabama offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Looking downfield on 1st down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in, and that is a good sign for this offense.
Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the 1st down.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
This Auburn crowd trying to conjure up a little magic here on 3rd down. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. They'll try to get it through the air. Scrambling away. Got his man downfield. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. He was really bothered by those 2 picks he threw in that loss last week, but he's been much more comfortable, much more certain in this one.
He had the one blunder, the one mistake that he probably wishes he could have back, but did a great job rebounding from that. And listen, having that short-term memory, being able to lead, it is critical at the quarterback position.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. And
we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He wants it all. And the pass goes incomplete, but the flag is down, and this one might be on the offense.
And the offensive player had to commit pass interference on that play. You saw the defender jump the throw. The defender was in position to make an interception, so the offensive player had to do something to break it up.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Got out of trouble and throws. This time it's complete. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
Enormous play coming right here. Third down, and this crowd is bringing down the house. Looking to throw again. Quarterback adapting. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown Tide. Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
You know, good teams just know how to close games out. And you're seeing that right now with this team, right? Their defense just had a massive takeaway. The offense able to capitalize on that with a touchdown, so they've padded their lead. And this just speaks to, I think, the experience in the locker room and also the playmakers they have. This game is starting to feel like a blowout.
And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got now?
Guys, we've got a final to let you know about, a game happening inside the ACC today. Texas Tech was all gas and no brakes in one of the more convincing wins we'll see this week. The type of performance Graham Harrell and Michael Crabtree used to deliver in that memorable 11-win season of 2008. Never know what can happen when two good teams face off. But even the most plugged-in ACC fans have to be surprised by this one, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Past the first down marker and still running. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the roar of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment, on this big stage, it is so nice to have a playmaker like that you can highlight, that you can focus on, that you can trust in.
He was so excited coming into this game, too, because he knows that oftentimes your legacy as a player is defined by how you play in rivalry games like this.
Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions, got to continue to get these first downs, move quick, don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
Dropping back, it's Ebby. Now improvising. He'll try to do it himself. Quarterback's got the first. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down. Auburn to the line in a hurry. Out of the gun, the inside give. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Second down, he'll throw it. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Man, I love being an edge player late in the ball game. You got the lead. You know it's a pass. They got to throw the football to get back in it. Flying off the edge. They can't block him. They can't stop him, and he gets the sack.
Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Dances away to buy time. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
Really nice 3rd down sub-defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. No good. The missed field goal leaves us with a double-digit game, still sitting at 10.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Got the 1st down. Looking for more. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
They created a lot of breathing room with that first play of the drive. Now 1st down from the 39. Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. They'll snap it from the 39. 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Power football with the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Toss sweep to the right. He goes out of bounds right at midfield.
Well, they go with a toss play, and you see the patience this running back has. I love when he has the ball in his hands. He's just able to sort of feel out where defenders are. He's able to see the hole open up. Once he sees it, puts his foot in the ground and gets upfield. Nice carry.
They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. Guys, let's chat about Alabama. A nice way to go into the postseason and eventually the offseason with a W, but the question is, will it be enough to keep the Wolves at bay?
It's a great way to punctuate the season. You just have to wonder, though, if there were too many L's on the schedule to keep this guy around.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole body of work, right? You finish strong, but what does everybody look at? Like, how many games do you win? Who do you beat is important, right? Do you beat your rivals? Like, there's so much more. Do you have the team's ears still? So there's a lot that goes into decision-making, but it was definitely a disappointing season.
Give to the running back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
Here's the handoff. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
Smart offense. I love it, man. Make them use that timeout. Run the football. I can run the football and let that clock now tick inside of a minute. I'm in great situation to win this football game. Just be smart and keep that thing running.
Toss sweep to the right. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5. The latest edition of this in-state passion play is based